In my free time, I like to enjoy with my family, go to a park, to a club, and play some games with my daughter. And I'm here in Talk Talk since June this year to improve my speaking in English.
Pretty good. Thank you so much, Danny. Please, your turn.
Yes, and my name is Dani. I'm living in São Paulo. I am 36 years old. I'm a software developer, but now I am unemployed, but looking for other opportunities. Um, I am here in Talking Talk since 2 months ago, um, to improve my English for other opportunities. Um, I have one cat. In my free time, I like spend time with my girlfriend, and I like watch TV, watch series or move. That's it.
Thank you. And about me, my name is Epaminondas Sá from Brasília, 30 years old. I work as a personal training. I'm a nutritionist as well. I'm an expert in physiology. I work by myself on my Instagram. I love to camp, waterfalls, and today's running. Thank God because it was so warm. And yeah, that's all for today. And guys, today we're gonna talk about belief system. I really like this kind of topic because make us think a little bit, think deeper a little bit. So let's start from the number one. Okay, number one. How do you think your beliefs were formed? Who or what influenced them? Um, I think it's interesting because sometime not, but some years ago, I read one sentence like the things that you like because of yourself, or you like because the people teach you about this. The people forced you to like this. So I think it's important to think deeper about the things that we think and how the things that we think are formed. So the number one is about this. How do you think your beliefs were formed? And who or what influenced them? Pedrito, I will start from you. Please let me know what do you think about.
I believe our beliefs can can be a part of our raised and our parents, our relatives, and the environment. So it's too much things can influence this. The other people's or the other people or a friend can that important friend, for example, who have market our lives in some way and uh, can influence our thoughts and our manners for something. I believe is that way. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. And you, Danny, what do you think about the number one?
So, I think that the beliefs were formed when childhood and part to influence because when I was child, your parents speak about many types and these types sometimes formed uh, many ideas about you or about your life, about the world, and um, this these things is not correct or correct, but I think this belief is formed when I child.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you all. From my perspective, I think that the environment influenced a lot the things that we believe since when we are a child. For example, when I was a kid, a baby, I don't know what is this, for example. And then my mom or my dad explained to me what is this and how I use this, for example. And then I have my perception about this. So we don't we don't know about the world, and we need other people explain to us how the world works. So it's interesting to think about this because, as Danny said, from my perspective, we learned a lot of wrong things and good things, bad things. So, and sometimes we don't reflect about this. The thing that I really believe is correct, is really correct or not, or just the thing that one person taught me and I believe now. So I think it's interesting to think about these conceptions. And I think when we are a child, we have more influence. But nowadays, I think it's interesting to think, for example, social media. We have a lot of inputs on social media that we don't research about. We just put inside our mind. I don't know, one person are explaining something. And no, okay, I understand. But I don't research it's true or not. I just got this information. So I think everything that come to us influence the way we think and our beliefs. This is my point about. Um, but let me know if the number one. Can you think of a belief you had as a child that you no longer believe in nowadays? Why did it change? Pedrito, let me know one thing that you believed in the past, but nowadays we don't believe.
That is a good one. Like you said, the perception is a big motivation and for us. And uh, I'm thinking a good one for this is fear of the dark, for example, for a child. Yeah, is not a I think is a perception about a child's mind and uh, when you are growing up and maturing and doing something else, other things, and have knowledge, you perceive that is not is not it's just a fear about a childhood, I think. And nowadays, for example, I mean, living, if I am alone at home, I'm living at dark. I'm perceived that, whoa, it's it's night now. Just doing something in a computer or my cell phone, and it's not my fear now.
Yeah, good. Some people, I think, there's this kind of fear until the when it's a doubt. So turn off the light
Ghosts.
of the kitchen, run.
Yeah.
It's common. Danny, and for you, let me know.
So let me see. I think when I was child, my mother says about the people of church. People of church is angel. People of church is correct people. It's not wrong. But when when I grow up, I believe I see it's not correct because the some people are wrong. Some people is not correct, yeah, about all the life.
Yeah, yeah, I will share one because when I was a kid, I really believe that, let me know, 1,000 reais was so much money. If I had 2,000 reais, I was rich. But nowadays, unfortunately, it's not true. So bad, bad. But in my mind, I was, if I had 1,000 reais, oh my gosh, I will buy a car, a house, and everything that I want. So yeah, just thinking like it, unfortunately.
And
Unfortunately.
depend at the time it used to be.
Yeah, yeah, depend of the the period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, about the number three, do you think all of your beliefs are true? How can we know if your belief is true or just our perception? It's interesting this kind of question because sometimes we really believe in our thoughts, our thoughts. Oh, I'm not I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm not prepared to do this. Oh, my English is so bad. How do you know if it's true of just your perception? So let's think about this kind of thing. Number three, Dani, I'll start from you, okay? Number three. Do you think all of your beliefs are true? And how we know if a belief is true or just a perception?
Uh, for me, just a perception in some case. I, I think all cases is perception because I believe that uh, beliefs can be changed, can be change your opinion, can be change your position. Um, how how what how can you know? I think that quando when you quando você vai crescendo, these perceptions change about life. For example, me, uh, how all time in my teenager, I believe that the English is not for me because this English is difficult. English is English is thinking about the people rich because people rich is common speaking English for other people is not possible speak English. But when I grew up, I perception that English is for me too, but it's more difficult because in my teenager, in my childhood, eu não era acostumada, but now uh, it's for me too. Do you know? It's complicated to
Yeah,
explain.
yeah, I totally got your point and very good point. I in the past, my thoughts was very similar to yours. Uh, it's like, oh, English is important, but not now, or just I don't know, 10 years after, maybe it's no, the English is important now, or I English is not for me, it's just for rich people, or is very expensive to learn English. And I don't have money for this and things like that. I really believe this in the past, and now, yeah, I learned English, spend just 100 reais. This my the money that I spent to learn English and buying apps and a book and just searching for internet information, things like that, and I learned English. So it was not true, just my perception of the point. So I totally got your point. Totally got your point. Pedrito, let me know about you.
So it's not true. Totally, totally agree with that. Is all of our beliefs is not true. It's just a perception about the environment or the other people, for example, or the mood, our mood in the day, and uh, these beliefs can be changed and about in our lives. For example, if I I got something different in my work life, for example, something I believe is not good or is not for me, or just I believe that I can't do, and after a change, for example, in my life, this thing can be usual to me. It's just that, and our perception and our beliefs can be changed all day for all points.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And sometimes I have some thoughts that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So just my mind. For example, I put this cup inside of the microwave oven, and in my mind, if this cup explode now, I I will think about the things. So it doesn't make sense. I use the microwave oven every single day, and it doesn't explode. Why now? So sometimes I think the most part of our thoughts doesn't make sense. So I think I have this perception. A lot of thoughts doesn't make sense. The most part of thoughts doesn't make sense. Or I sometimes I write down my goals, and after I read this goal, for example, after 1 year, I read again this goals, and I realized that I had no idea what I writing, because impossible to achieve this goal in this time. So sometimes we have perceptions that doesn't make sense, our thoughts doesn't make sense, and it's interesting to think and to filter. I think this point is to filter the ideas that come from inside our mind. So because the most part I think doesn't make sense. um but thinking about filter beliefs and thoughts, let's keep for the number 4. Have you ever questioned one of your long held beliefs? What happened? Interesting thing, because as I said before, sometimes we believe in things since we are a child. But nowadays, maybe it doesn't make sense anymore. But we believe yet. You uh, you questioned this kind of thoughts. You you rethink about things that you believe since you were a child or not. Let me know if you if Have you ever questioned one of your long-held beliefs and what happened? Pedrito, let me know.
Yes, for me, a big point in my life was be a remote worker, for example. And in my my oldest career, I'm I'm not have saw this. It's not possible for me in that time, and uh, it's I believe I have had, and in that time, and can be changed uh, after I started my transitional career. I started a new course for my career now is a cloud environment, and this can turn possible my my transition to this, and now I'm working remotely, and I think if you believe uh, with all all your efforts, all thoughts, you can read this and uh, turn your life for our thoughts can be transform your life, and is a powerful way to do this.
Yeah, yeah, very good point. And you, Danny, let me know about the number four.
Yes. This question is very interesting because this question uh, remember in other time when my mother say about me, oh, Daniela is lazy person. Daniela is lazy person. The science I childhood, my mother says about this. When I teenager, when I quando eu era jovem, when I teenager, and I looking for job, um, o- coming on one propose for me, but eu não queria, eu não queria. But in my mind, this thought about this. My mother speak about me, you is lazy person. Uh, this thing, this first thing in my mind, and nowadays, the same thing is my mind. When I new opportunities about job or new opportunities about something, my mind thinks about this phrase my mother says about says about me since childhood. For me, I know is not true, but this thing stay in my mind all the time and come back in many cases in my mind. It's terrible, but I think that your or or father mother has many power about your about suas palavras eh, sobre os filhos under Dower or don't know. It's
Yeah,
difficult to explain, but uh, this idea apareceu agora in my mind
yeah.
quando
I,
eu li a pergunta.
I'm taking notes here because it's interesting. I totally got your point. You're
Mhm.
explaining very well. And I'm taking notes here because maybe topics for other immersions, the
Mhm.
power of words. Interesting topic. So I'm writing
Yes.
down some ideas for other missions here. So
Mhm.
it's interesting because we have a lot of inputs when we are a child, especially kids and even babies. And I think it's interesting after questioning this kind of thoughts. So, as I said before, it is important to filter this kind of thoughts. I had one in the past, like money is not good. It's not a good thing. So sometimes, some years ago, I realized that I had this thought. So, and I realized that because of this thought, I avoid money or I avoid opportunities to earn more money because, oh no, money is not good. Money is, I don't know, but so it's not good to have money. Nowadays, I don't have money, but I don't have this thought and now. But I think the our behavior, our community, our family can put inside our mind some thoughts that doesn't make sense. And the unique way to change this kind of thoughts is questioning these thoughts in a rational way, you know? So, for example, for me, why money is not good? And try to answer in my mind, why? Why money is not good? Money is just a paper. So it's not bad or good, but the way that you use this money can be good or not. So it's not about money, it's about people, maybe. So it's important to questionate this kind of thought. So I'm lazy person. Why? Why I'm a lazy person? It makes sense or just a perception? Why I believe it's a fact. And w- how lazy person uh, uh, do what lazy person do every single day? Oh, I do this or not. So, I think questioning this kind of feeling, this kind of thoughts can create other feeling and create other behavior. So I think that's the unique way, maybe questionate our thoughts. And yeah, and maybe about the question. When I questioned my thoughts, I realized that I was avoiding things because my beliefs, I really don't, I really believe in things that doesn't make sense and limit me, So yeah, it changed in my life. But it's important to have this perception and questionate these kind of thoughts. In my case, maybe can help you as well. And yeah, this is the number four. Uh, let's think about the number five. It's kind of connected. In your opinion, can beliefs sometimes limit what we think we can achieve and how? Uh, and for me, yes, because as I said before, money was limited because of my mind, but now is limited because of my job, but not because of my mind. Pedrito, let me know what you think about the number five.
Certainly, because our mind can be a trap for our thoughts, and we can just not thinking uh, without this or in other environment or with other things about other things, and just this can be a prison. And if you, like you said, if you can question it for something and change your mindset is a good way to pass this and just move on. Is a very good point. Is and I read some books about this thought you mentioned and other things. The is that it is just our thoughts can manipulate our minds.
Yeah, I had one book, but unfortunately it's not here. But about this kind of thing, mindset, the name. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's interesting book, and other books about. I really like this kind of topic about our mind. So this is one book as well. Rápido e Devagar. Or Two Ways to Think. It's interesting book. And there's a lot of books written by good people, people that really understand how our mind works. So it's interesting and help a lot to to understand these points. But I totally agree with you, Pedrito. And I believe that if you don't believe that you can, you will not do because you don't believe. So why are you trying do this if I really believe that it's impossible for me? I don't do. So I think that if I don't believe, or better, if I believe that I can't do, I don't do. So so for me it's interesting to have this kind of perception. And I totally agree with you, Pedrito. Danny, let me know what you think about.
I totally agree. For me, is in my life happening some things about the beliefs about. For example, I want to go to the gym or I want to go to the volleyball, but in my mind, my legs and my knee is not good. Is terrible. I can't train. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to the football. But in last week, I went to the gym. I train CrossFit. I train football, and I am our person. My legs is okay, my knee is okay, but this year have 1 year. My mind is the same thought about gym. I don't go because this. I don't go because that, and uh, um, I wait a long time because my beliefs limited my happiness. What happens?
Yeah. So as a personal trainer, I can say for you, your legs will work well and your knee will
Mm-hmm.
work well. And you will work better if you do. If you stay seated in the chair. Oh, tragic
Yes.
for your legs and your knees. But
Mhm.
it's interesting because you're not alone. A lot of people have this kind of uh, beliefs, and even me about other things. I really to go to the gym is not a problem for me, but other things is a problem for me. It's exactly as you are saying. For example, I work by myself on my Instagram. Sometimes I don't record some content because oh my my mix not good enough, or my cell phone is not good enough to record in a good quality. So so because of my mind. It's not about the cell phone. It's about me. It's about me because I'm not confident enough to do. So it's interesting to. But one point, I think it's important. When you do, for example, you went to the gym and now you are okay. Reinforce this kind of feeling. Yeah, okay. I'm here. I'm here. It was not. It's not so bad. I was like, I think so. I can't do this. So try to reinforce good behavior. So when you do reinforce that, yeah, I can. So maybe we'll we'll help a little bit. But congratulations to do this. Guys, I will skip some questions. So I will skip for the number nine. Nine. Um, how do you deal with beliefs that conflict with those of other people? So it's a hard question, but it's interesting question. For example, I will start this question. Here in Brasilia, is a kind of mandatory to have a public service, to go to the public service. If you don't do this, the people doesn't extend understand. So it's hard to manage this feeling because the people uh, want that you do something, but I don't want to do something. And how do you deal with beliefs that conflict with those of other people? Pedrito, let me know.
Yeah, about our thoughts is I think is different to manage and to deal with us. Uh, like you said, to, as other people can believe that you can do something a public service, but in your opinion, you don't and don't believe in this and don't do this. But is not maybe I don't know maybe not affect other people directly, just your thoughts. Yeah. Uh, can be different if in a environment, work environment, for example, with a colleague. I believe if I we have to do this in that way with this and that, and in our opinion, no. If you do this. Can be turn up a problem, a big problem on for the future. For example, you need to manage this to handle this with other tools. I think can prove something or just show something that works before and prove your point, for example, is a different way and different thoughts. I think if you just uh, about affected, not as the nine conflict about our mind or about our environment is different points. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And harder, I think, because you don't, in my case, I just need myself to make my choice. But in environment with other people was like in this the company is totally different. So more energy, spending more energy to change ideas and conflict. So stressful place for sure is totally different and harder, I think. So
Yeah, and in that point, you can uh, be very successful in your career and change other minds, for example.
exactly. Very good point. And you, Danny, let me know, how do you handle this kind of thing?
No, it's difficult because each people have different things, different thoughts about many many types of subjects. You can't change your thinking because of people. I believe in young. I be, I believe in this, and I not change because other people speak different uh, cases, different types. Uh, uh, the society have many preconceito, I don't know, about many things. For example, you said about public funcionário público and about the other things. For example, about the people LGBTQIA+. Many people think these people are many, uh, oh my God, stuff, promiscuous person, but it's not correct. Uh, if if I if I believe because the other people speaking in my head about this person, my opinion is not format correct because my opinion is not changing about other people's. But if you learn, if you see, if uh, your experience podem fazer mudar, but não for other people speak you. You know?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. I totally got your point. Thank you for sharing. Um, Guys, let's think about the number 11. Can you give an example of a belief that has had a positive impact on your life? I believe that you had that impact in a good way your life. Um, Pedrito, can you give an example?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said before, in my transitional career, uh, I worked for 16 years with IT in one way for my entire career, and I changed. I try to change my mindset to do something different with this and start a new course and have more knowledge about other things and change my mind and change my thoughts to reach other goals, bigger goals, I think. And this just uh, have a blip in my life, and I changed everything. I changed my thoughts about everything, and can unblock it something new. And now I have a different. I am a different person, I think.
Thank you so much. Dani, your turn.
Yes, I needed to believe in my ability. Uh, when I believe when I need believe in me, the things happening natural happening. But when I not believe in me, it's not correct. It's the things is so wrong. But I think when first you believe in your abilities, these things are the same things that happening natural.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Believe in yourself, I think it's a kind of cliche, but it's a so powerful sentence and advice to to give because it's really true. It's the initial point, I think, for changing your life. Guys, the last one. Number, do you think it's important to be open to changing our beliefs? Why or why not? It's important to be open to change our beliefs. Danny, what do you think?
Yes, for me, it's important to open your mind for changing your belief because if you if you if you close it for changing your mind, uh, your beliefs serão, as suas crenças serão para sempre. But I think this change is good for you, is good for society. For example, if your society believe in one things, uh, uh, society is this way of society is only one is for me is terrible. I think the words, the people who are imutáveis, pessoas mudam. Yes.
Thank you. Pedrito, your turn.
Absolutely. I think is a thing about the human race and being able to adapt to different situations is so important, and we can do this. Even our thoughts can, think a different way, and always we can change, and we can do everything. It's just perceive this and believe.
Yeah, very good point. We are here as human being nowadays because of that. So because we are changing our mind, our behavior. So yeah, very good point. Very good point. Hello again, guys. Welcome aboard again. So let me know how was in the second room. I know that the topic is a kind of hard to answer some questions, even in Portuguese and in English harder. But let me know how was for you in the second room. Marcos, let me know for you.
It's a good topic for a Friday night with a beer, with a
Yeah,
wine. But we had a nice talk. Marcio and Juliano shared interesting thoughts about this, and I think we could all learn a lot about different point of views. And it was an interesting time to practice our English.
very good, very good. Thank you so much. And I totally agree with you. So this topic in a Friday night, maybe in person, better to discuss. Um, Márcio, let me know how was for you.
Was interesting, because yeah, but really hard questions and answers, of course. Yeah, you said in Portuguese really hard, in English really, really hard, you know. But yeah, I tried to speak in my English, of course, in my opinion, in my view. Yeah. In another room, I said goals with, no, sorry, dreams with goals, really important. Yeah, that's it about the beliefs.
For sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Márcio. And Juliano, please let me know your point of view.
It was a good conversation, hard conversation too, but it's important to talk about beliefs, thoughts, things like that. And I could learn and think a lot here about my beliefs when I was younger, my beliefs now. So it's a good topic subject and hard subject at the same time, but so good to talk. So it was very good.
Thank you so much. Almost a group of therapy with this topic here. Thinking
Yes,
about our
Totally.
life, our beliefs. So guys, I paste here the link of the forms. Let me know what you think about the immersion, suggest some topics, and feel free to write in this box because I don't know who are writing. So feel free to share your ideas and beliefs in these forms. And our time is running out, so thank you so much, Marcos, Juliano, Márcio, Dani, Pedrito. As always, it's a pleasure to be here with you all. And thank you so much. See you in the next week. I hope in the next week, the same day, the same time. Okay? Bye bye. Take care.